Episode 3, Steel Against the Crusaders, Gaza and Salahuddin Ayyubi. Welcome to YBR The Sword and the Story. This is the place where we breathe new life into the sword of history and the story of truth. Our goal is to find the lost light of the past in today's darkness. Today's episode is a tale of honor, courage, and faith. Summary of the previous episode. In the last episode, we saw how the land of Gaza gave birth to a bearer of knowledge whose wisdom has guided the Ummah for centuries, Imam Shafi'i. We learned how knowledge and character can transform a society and how Imam Shafi'i laid the foundation of Shafi'i jurisprudence, providing Islam with an intellectual pillar. Gaza once again shone with the light of knowledge. Introduction to the story. In the 12th century, Crusaders from Europe invaded the land of Palestine. After Jerusalem, Nablus, and Jaffa, Gaza also became their target. At that moment, a warrior arose whose name became a terror for enemies and hope for his own people. Yes, we are talking about Salahuddin Ayyubi. The real story. Crusader siege of Gaza. In 1099 CE, the Crusaders captured Jerusalem. Under the orders of Pope Urban II, millions of Crusader soldiers marched towards Palestine. Thousands of Muslims were martyred along the way, mosques were converted into churches, and Islamic heritage was destroyed. Gaza, a cradle of Islamic civilization and knowledge, also fell victim to the Crusader invasion. Mosques were demolished, madrasas burned, and the people enslaved. It was the moment when the Ummah needed a warrior leader. The rise of Salahuddin Ayyubi. Salahuddin Ayyubi was of Kurdish origin. His real name was Yusuf ibn Ayyub. He initially served in the army of Nur ad-Din Zangi and quickly distinguished himself with knowledge, wisdom, and bravery. In 1171 CE, he ended the Fatimid Caliphate and established the Abbasid Caliphate's rule in Egypt. Then his eyes turned toward Palestine, especially Jerusalem and Gaza. Salahuddin knew Gaza was not just a city, but a gateway, the defense of Jerusalem, the honor of Islam. The recovery of Gaza. In the 1170s, Salahuddin Ayyubi began military operations in southern Palestine. He advanced through Ashkelon, Jaffa, and then Gaza. Gaza had a strong Crusader fortress known as the Castle of Gaza. Salahuddin laid siege to Gaza, attacked repeatedly, and finally captured the fortress. The Crusader army was either killed or imprisoned, and the city was re-established under Islamic rule. This was the moment when the Adhan was raised again, mosques rebuilt, and Gaza returned to its Islamic identity. And military revival of Salahuddin Ayyub revived Gaza, not only militarily, but also spiritually and educationally. Madrasas were reopened, Quranic teaching resumed, and scholars settled in Gaza. His goal was not just to conquer land, but to win hearts. Message of Salahuddin Ayyubi said, "Our swords are against oppression, but our hearts are soft for every oppressed person." He established a system of peace, justice, and honor for the people of Gaza. This was the same Gaza once crushed under Crusader tyranny, now a symbol of Islamic pride. Gaza, from war to peace. The recovery of Gaza paved the way for the liberation of Jerusalem and sent a message of unity, knowledge, and jihad to the Muslim Ummah once again. It proved that with leadership like Salahuddin's, defeat can be turned into victory. Preview of the next episode. But history does not stop. Time moves forward. In the next episode, we will move to the modern era, where after the decline of the Caliphate, British and Zionist rule was established over Gaza. We will see how Gaza again became a valley of blood and iron in the 20th century. Thought-provoking question. Is there leadership like Salahuddin Ayyubi in today's Ummah? If not, who do we look to? And if there is, why don't we follow it? If this episode inspired you, like it, comment, tell us which aspect of Salahuddin Ayyubi you liked the most. Share, so that this spirit and honor reach every heart. Subscribe and press the bell icon to get the next episode's update first. This was the third episode of YBR The Sword and the Story. We saw how Gaza was freed once again from the enemy's clutches and how the Muslim Ummah revived its honor. History remembers those who do not forget their identity and purpose. Until the next episode, keep your heart strong, your tongue truthful, and your actions tied to faith. Peace, mercy, and blessings of Allah be upon you.